Staff Sergeant Bjorn shouted into the raging battle before him. Time for you to get right with the gods. Tor reached over his shoulder and grabbed a battle axe. He held it two-handed across his torso, preparing for hand-to-hand combat. Continuing to yell, Staff Sergeant Bjorn called out, "First platoon, 223 Tomahawk Blackfoot, on me!" The soldiers heeded Staff Sergeant Bjorn's battle cry and started moving. Tor was channeling the Nordic gods of his ancestry. I couldn't help but giggle aloud and smile. Yeah, I liked this staff sergeant. I resolved to use all the favors and connections I had to get Tor reassigned to my team. I couldn't resist poking fun at him. "Tor, what in the god's name is that?" I inquired, pointing at the battle axe he held. His hulking frame, red hair, and blue eyes made him look like a Norse god. The blood and dirt on his face added to the effect. Leaders never sanctioned personal weapons like Bjorn's, which he grasped in his hand. Leaders sometimes tolerated it, but it was not common. I wouldn't make an issue of it, at least not now. Not today. Somehow it seemed appropriate and suited Staff Sergeant Bjorn. I imagined him standing on the prow of a Viking longboat on a cold and dreary day on a fjord, seeking adventure. It seemed right. I couldn't envision myself with him on his long ship. I imagined myself hovering over the gunwale, feeding the fish. My stomach didn't do well on boats. So I decided against joining the Navy and its famous sea mammal teams. Tor smiled, beaming with pride, all his teeth on display. He was in his element, relishing it. His words were bold and clear. It's a battle axe that was born in the hands of a Bjorn blacksmith. The Bjorn clan has used it in battle for centuries. It's a cherished piece of family history, passed down from my forefathers long ago. Today, its razor edge demands a blood sacrifice. Today, it is Valhalla or Hades. A wave of inspiration swept over me. His homage to his ancestral axe stirred even me. As Tor finished channeling his Viking ancestry, I found myself seduced by his words. His platoon and my guys rallied around him.